So many people have asked me, what does it take to be a pilot? What is an aircraft about? What do you pilots do? So I'll be here to explain to you what exactly we do. So here we have a simulator that has a 3D view. It's actually positioned in Wilson Airport. So I'll just explain to you a bit about the controls that we use to fly the aircraft, and then later I'll just do a demonstration of what we actually do. So right here I'll start with this. We call this the control column. We use this to either pitch or roll an aircraft, but only while airborne. We don't use this while on ground. What you see down there are the rudder pedals that use an aircraft while airborne or moves an aircraft on ground. It does not work like a car where there's a wheel here where you move it left and right. We use the rudder pedals there to steer the aircraft left and right on the ground. Right here we have what we call the throttle that works like the accelerator of a car, and we get the revolutions per minute on this instrument here, on that instrument right there. Here we call this the mixture, where it supplies fuel to the engine, and this is what makes the engine run. Right here we have the 6 basic instruments. We have the airspeed indicator, which shows us the speeds that we are doing, and so many speeds are very important for any particular exercise or whatever you're doing at any one point. Here we have what we call an artificial horizon that we use when we are rolling an aircraft to know the bank angles, and also is used during instrument flying to know if an aircraft is straight or not, pitching or rolling. This we call it the altimeter, where it gives the elevation from mean sea level, or sometimes it can give the elevation from ground level, but mostly we set it from the mean sea level. So for example, Wilson right now, as you can see, is 5,500. It reads exactly like a clock. So 5,500. Here we have a turn coordinator that shows what exactly the aircraft is doing in terms of the lateral movement. So basically it shows the wing. So if you're rolling the aircraft, it will show a roll. And the ball right there, we call it the inclinometer, shows if the aircraft is out of balance. So when it's at the middle there like that, well, the aircraft is in balance. That is the direction indicator that has to be synchronized to the compass there, showing us direction basically as you're flying. And here is the vertical speed indicator that shows the rate of climbs and rate of descents. This helps us, some people have been saying that pilots do a lot of work carrying such big aircrafts, but this helps us to trim out our forces in the aircraft, obviously making it easy for us to fly. We call it the trim well, and that is the flaps. We use that while we're coming in to land. It helps us slow down the aircraft for good speeds as you're coming in to land. So here, this is the radio panel. This is what we use to talk to tower with and navigate while we are airborne. There's no road up in the sky, so we use some navigation equipment such as the VOR and GPS to give us the way while we are airborne. So I'm going to take you through what exactly it is. It's so easy to become a pilot, so easy to manipulate this. So this simulator is on the 172 panel, the Cessna 172. So the panel is a Cessna 172. So I'm going to take you to a full motion simulator where I'm going to demonstrate how we take off, how we cruise, and also how we land, what the autopilot is all about. So as we go, this is the full motion simulator, and I'm going to demonstrate exactly what we do with it. Join me as we see what pilots really do. Alright, so I will start the aircraft and we'll take off and see what really is it that pilots do. It has 2 engines, and I'm going to start it with that key. So I'll just make sure I have all these switches on, where the lights, and I'll give the engine some fuel here, and I'll start the aircraft. So there we go. Very good. So this is a runway in Wilson Airport. We call it runway 14. I put the avionics on so that you see. So here is the GPS and also the frequencies we use to communicate with the tower, the air traffic controllers. Here we have the autopilots and many instruments to guide us in what we're doing. Basically, I'm going to make it simple so that you see what we do. So I'm going to power up here. I will increase the revolutions per minute of the engine, and as you see ahead, the aircraft will start moving, as you can see. So I need to run down this runway until I get enough speeds for me to rotate. So I have maximum power, and I will align myself to the line there like that, and so I have to maintain myself on the line like that, waiting. As you see here, the speeds are increasing. I'll be waiting for 80 knots, that is nautical miles per hour, and we're using my control column. I'll just pull it back like that. Initially, as you pull, it's a bit heavy. Now we don't need the landing gears, so I'll have them up, and to make the aircraft lighter, I will just trim out the forces. And as you can see, we are now climbing out of Wilson, and I can actually leave it and it can control itself, just as you can see right there. Very good. As you can see here, I'm increasing in heights and I'm flying visually. The speeds are good, and we continue increasing in height. So pilots really have an easy job in doing these things. Now I can choose to engage the aircraft in autopilot, and after that I will just be using knobs to turn this aircraft. So in a short while I will engage the autopilots. There we go. And I'm engaging the autopilot right now. Just give me a minute. It's coming on. Okay. And there we go. The aircraft is actually on autopilot as we speak and maintaining the heights for me. So if I want to turn this aircraft, it's on autopilot, and you can see I'm not doing anything. The aircraft is flying by itself. So if I need to go any direction, I will just go to this knob here, and maybe let's say I want to turn to the right, and as you can see, the aircraft is turning by itself to the right, maintaining all the parameters I want it to. All I'll have to make sure is all the power settings are good. So you can see that it's turning to one side, and the direction that I selected, it's actually rolling out on it. Very easy. This is what pilots do, and the passengers will be enjoying themselves at the back. Okay, so I'm gonna make a landing at Jomo Kenyatta and show you how easy it is really to do it. So I'll position myself. You have to skillfully position yourself for the final approach of any particular runway, really. So I'll just maintain that particular height there. And I have sighted already Jomo Kenyatta there. So I'll start preparing to land there shortly. There we go. So we are now on the leg of our circuit of our runway called the base leg. And now that I have it visual, so I'll start positioning by turning final onto the runway we call 06 at Jomo Kenyatta. So I'll make a very gentle turn towards the runway. Alright, so I'll have my first notch of flaps as I descend into the runway. I'll also put my gears down. and position myself for this runway 06. So the main aim here is to have the whole runway straight ahead of you. I'll introduce more flaps. Get the runway straight ahead of me. And we're going down. There we go. So I'm established on this ILS runway 06 with good speeds, waiting to land. Very easy. Actually, I can leave the aircraft and it will approach by itself without being on the autopilot, and that's what the trimmer helps us with, really. There we go. Speeds are good. We have the aircraft set up for landing. There we go. And I'll start protecting the nose gear so that we touch down with the main wheels first on the line. And there we go. And that's all on how to actually fly an aircraft easily and gently without any pressure at all. So join us here in 99s to make you a great pilot, not only a pilot but a great qualified pilot for good marketing and also for the safety of the industry. Thank you.